Work.
How was your holidays, students? How was your holidays, pa? Is today we are going to start fourth unit. Okay. Already you have started for the D section, right, ma? You have somewhat started, right? Simplification of CFG. We have done, right? Anyone? Yes. Okay. Is again Satvika only respond. What about others? Please be interactive. How we are interacted in the offline. Likewise, please interact. And A and B sections also there, right? Okay. Now I'm going to start fourth unit. This is our syllabus. My screen is visible, right, ma?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. This is our fourth unit syllabus. Okay. Here we are going to see about normal forms of CFG and pumping lemma for CFL. Already have studied pumping lemma for regular expression in the second unit, right? Here we are going to see about for CFL and closure properties of CFL. The same like oral, okay? Regular expression, sorry, RE. Closure properties of RE already you have studied in the second unit. And next one is the Turing machines and programming techniques for Turing machine. Okay. First, we are going to see about normal forms of CFG. We know, right, what is CFG? What is the grammar type for CFG? Anyone? CFG is following which type grammar? Students, CFG is following which type grammar? Type 0, type 1, type 2? Which one belongs to CFG? Can you hear me? Can you hear me, anyone?
Type 2 grammar.
Yes, yes. Thank you. Okay, the CFG is type 2 grammar, right? Then in that we have some forms. Type 2 grammar means what is the rule for type 2 grammar? What is the rule? What is the rule for type 2 grammar? C and D, please respond. How many times I'm explain this one? What's the rule for type 2 grammar? Anyone?
Left side should be non-terminal.
Okay. What about right side?
No restrictions.
Okay. The left side should contain only one non-terminal. Okay. The grammar should contain only one non-terminal in the left side, and right side there is no restriction. Okay. It may be start with terminal or non-terminal, and it is a combination of terminal and non-terminal in the right side. No issues. We can have anything in the form of terminal and non-terminal, but in the left side there should be only one non-terminal. Okay, this is the formula or rule for type 2 grammar that is belongs to CFG. Okay, in that we have some forms, that is normal forms. So in that we have some forms, Chomsky normal form and Gripbach normal form. Okay, two forms are there. Before that, we need to go with simplification of CFG. Okay, we know context free grammar and what's the type, what is the rule, everything we know. Now we are going to do what? Simplify the particular grammar or reduce the grammar. Okay, We are going to simplify the CFG. This section already know what is the simplification of CFG, right? It is taken in three forms. What are they? Simplification of CFG. What are they? How we can simplify the particular CFG? How we can simplify the CFG, ma? In terms of,
Elimination of unit production.
okay,
Elimination of epsilon production and
we can go with three ways. Thank you, Satvika. Elimination of epsilon production, elimination of unit production, and elimination of useless symbol. Okay. With the help of these three forms, we can simplify the CFG. We will see how we can eliminate. This is our first topic. Before moving to the forms, we have to know how we can simplify the CFG. Okay. Simplification of grammar means reduction of grammar by removing useless symbol. The properties of reduced grammar are given below. Now we are going to do simplification of CFG. For that, we have to start with the removing useless symbol. Okay, we are going to remove the useless symbol from the grammar. Useless symbols nothing but those symbols are not used in the grammar. Otherwise, with the help of the particular symbol, we can't get anything. We can't able to derive anything from the grammar. Then we can say the particular symbols are useless in the case of terminal and so the non-terminal. Okay, we know what's be terminal and non-terminal, right? Each variable that is non-terminal and each terminal of G appears in the derivation of some word. Somewhere we have to use the particular the verb variable. I mean terminal or non-terminal. Both the things we have to use in any of the language. Then we can say, but this particular variable is a useful symbol. Okay, if we are using anywhere in the particular grammar, we are with the help of the particular production and with the help of the particular non-terminal and terminal, we can able to derive something. Then we can say that is the useful symbol. Otherwise, the particular symbol is not useful. That means useless symbol. Okay, we have to find the useless symbol and we're trying to remove the particular symbol from the grammar. Okay. There should not be any production as x tends to y and where x and y are non-terminal. Okay, this is called unit production. X tends to y. Both the things are non-terminal. In the case, it may be s tends to a. Both the things are what? Non-terminal. This is called unit production. We have to eliminate the unit production also. This is not applicable. Okay, we are going to remove the particular unit production by substituting the values of A. For example, if I'm having another one production that is A tends to some value. A tends to A or A tends to B or A tends to some value, anything it may be. For example, any some production for A. How can I remove this unit production means I just substitute the value of A into this grammar. Okay. After substituting this value, my grammar is like S tends to AA. Okay. So these are the ways we can simplify the grammar. The first one is remove the useless symbol. Okay, useless symbol is nothing but the symbol which are not used in the particular grammar or further steps or further are not able to derive any string. Okay, the particular symbols are called useless. The first one. The second one, how to remove the unit production. Unit production is nothing but x tends to y. That is non-terminal tends to non-terminal. Is it clear? Everyone listening, are you following with me? Non-terminal tends to non-terminal. That is called unit production. That is not. That is also not applicable. So we have to remove the unit production by substituting the right side variable. If you are having any production for the right side variable, you can replace with that. Okay. So finally, my production is like this. S tends to, once I'm substituting the value for the A, my production is S tends to A. Okay. So this is the second one, removing unit production. Third one, removing epsilon production. Okay, these section already know what is these are the things, right? Epsilon is nothing but empty, right? We are going to remove that particular thing. Okay, for example, my grammar is like S tends to, okay, S tends to A and B. Okay, this is my this is my production. In that I'm having that another one production is A tends to epsilon. Okay, this is the epsilon production. I'm going to remove this epsilon production. This means that I'm having that the non-terminal A belongs to epsilon. It having the production of epsilon. So I can remove this A by epsilon wherever I can find the particular A. Okay, in this I'm having two grammars, two production. S tends to AB and A tends to epsilon. I can substitute epsilon for the product for the variable A wherever I can find the A. Okay, here S tends to AB, so I can substitute the epsilon here. So epsilon means empty. For this place I can substitute epsilon. Okay, for this place I can substitute epsilon. Okay, if I'm substituting epsilon means then my production is like, what is the output? Once I'm substituting this epsilon to the A variable A, what is my output?
B.
Yes, S tends to B. Okay, this is the removal of epsilon production. So I can simplify the CFG in three ways. Listen, all of you. I can simplify the CFG in three ways. One is removing useless symbol. Okay, and next one is removing unit production. Unit. Okay, unit production is nothing but non-terminal is gives non-terminal. Okay, this is the unit production. I can remove the particular unit production by substituting the left side variable. Okay, so the third one, removing epsilon production. If I'm having x tends to epsilon, then I can substitute epsilon wherever I can find the particular variable x. Okay, this is the three ways we can simplify the CFG. So this the combination of three is called simplification of CFG, otherwise reduced grammar. Both the names they can ask. The first one is removal of useless symbol. Okay, how we can remove the useless symbol from the grammar? A symbol can be useless if it does not appear on the right hand side of the. Now I'm talking about terminals. Okay, the particular terminal is useless when I can say the particular production is not used anywhere in the derivation. Okay, derivation is that we are trying to, with the help of this grammar, what is the aim of the grammar? Is just for deriving something, derive some string, right? For the purpose we are not used particular symbol or particular terminal, means the particular terminal is saying that useless. Okay, and for the case of non-terminal or variable, how we can say can be useless if it does not take part in the derivation of any string. For example, if I'm having one non-terminal, that is C, it tends to some production that is A, B, like that I'm having, but I'm not using this particular C in anywhere, okay, in the particular grammar, then I can say the particular thing is also useless. Okay, is it clear? So this is the way we can find the useless symbol. With the help of this example, you can able to find. Okay, we go with that example. Removal of useless symbol is nothing but you have to use the particular variable or terminal in somewhere in the particular derivation, particular grammar. Okay, if not in the case, then we can say the particular symbol or variable or useless. Okay, we will see with the example. See here we have four productions. T tends to AAB and ABA AAT. Okay, and A tends to AA and B tends to AB and B and C tends to AD. Here C, the variable C, C tends to AD. This is the terminal form. This is some string. Okay, this is useful, but where we can use this C? We can't, right? My start symbol is T. If you are going to derive something, means you have to start with a start symbol. For this start symbol, I have three productions: AAB, ABA, AAT. I can start with any one, right? But where I can substitute this value C? Is possible to anywhere we can substitute this one? How we can reach this C? No, right? We have here we have the variable AB and AAAT, but we can't able to find the variable C. So I can say the particular variable is what? Useless. Okay, this variable C is useless because never I use this variable in the production or grammar. Okay, and see with that any other useless symbol here. D section, please come forward and tell me. The C is useless symbol. Already I explained because we never use this variable in any of this format. For example, if you are having this C in this way, if I'm having this T tends to AATC means, then I can use the particular variable C, particular production, C production in this grammar, in this way. Okay. But here, not in the case, the C is not used anywhere. So I can say the particular C is useless. Any other useless symbol, ma? Any other useless symbol? I'm having B, B tends to A, B, B. Okay, I can substitute here, right? Then for this A, I can substitute AA. Again, here non-terminal. How can I replace this A? I'm taking the production as T tends to ABA. Finally, our grammar is valid means it should contain the terminal, right? Okay, I'm start taking the grammar T tends, taking the production T tends to ABA. I'm going to substitute for this A. A, B, and for this A, I'm substituting again A. Okay, because my production A, my grammar A tends to, I'm having the production as A tends to A. Okay, I'm substituting A for this grammar. Afterwards, what's the next step? How can I replace this A? Anyone, please? How can I replace this A? How can I replace this A, ma? Anyone, please respond me.
Ma'am, again A.
Okay, again I can substitute AA. Okay, afterwards, then
It will go on. We can't change it.
yes, this is endless. Okay, we can't derive any string from this because this particular non-terminal not ended with any terminal, right? It is again ended with a non-terminal. Again, if you're substituting again, it is endless only. We can't derive any string. String means, what is my string? What is my string? What is
Collection of terminals.
Yes, collection of terminal. Then only we can say particular thing is a string. And if you are able to derive any string, then only the particular grammar or particular production is said to be useful. Okay, if we can able to derive anything, then we can say useful. But here in this case, we can't derive anything. This is goes again, it going endless. So this production also we can say useless. Can you able to find, all of you can able to follow what I'm telling? Can you able to follow, all of you? Can you able to find what I'm telling? Now we are going to do what? Removing useless symbol. Okay, which of the symbols are not used in any of this production we can remove. Okay, here I'm having the first one, C tends to AD. I'm having on production, but I'm not able to substitute this C in anywhere of this grammar. Okay, because no grammar is start with a particular production not used this symbol C. So I can remove this again. If I'm substituting again another one variable is the B. For this B, I can substitute A, B or B. So it ends with some string. So I can say this is the useful. Okay. And here another one production is that A, B, A. For this A, I can substitute this A. After the, again having the terminal, non-terminal A. If I'm substituting again, it goes to endless, but I can't able to derive any string. So I can say this also what useless. Okay. And again another one variable is the T. For this T, I can substitute which one? The same thing, right? From these three, I can substitute anything. Again, if I'm substituting, I can able to derive some string from the non-terminal T, because I can substitute B, and again B, I can substitute this one. Okay, so I can able to derive something in any case. So I can say this is the useful. Okay, but this one only the useless. So wherever I can find, I can remove this production because it is useless, and I can remove this production. It is also useless because it contains A, and I can remove this production because it contains C. C is also useless. So finally, after removing useless, my grammar is like this. Okay. After removing the useless, this production and this one, finally my grammar is like this. Okay. This is the next example. Please tell me which of the symbols are useless here. Students, first I'm having the production is A tends to AC. I can substitute anything in the form of string. For this, I can substitute anything in the form of string. Yes, students.
No. Oh, AC we can substitute for B.
Yes. Oh, yes. For this, we can substitute. For this A, we can substitute in the form of terminal as A, and for this C, we can substitute in the form of C. Okay, so I can somewhat able to derive something. So it is useful only. For the in the case of B, S tends to B is there. For this B, I can substitute anything. I can substitute more. No, right? There is no production for the particular B. So I can say this is the useless. Okay, I don't have any production in the form of B. B tends to something is happens means something is there means, so I can substitute. But here this is not case, not in the case. The doesn't have any production in the form of B, so it is useless. Okay, and the next one is A tends to A. It is in the form of terminal only, so no issues. It is so useful. And C tends to, this is also useful. Then what is the this one? C tends to BC. It is useful or useless? Students, tell me, this is useful or useless? This is like production is C tends to BC, right? If you can able to derive something, then it's to be useful, otherwise useless. Now please tell me, this is useful or useless?
Useless.
How you are saying this is useless?
For B, no production.
Yes, for this B, there is no production. Okay, I can't substitute anything for this B. Okay, so I can say this is a useless symbol. I can remove this production, useless production. Okay, the next production, E tends to AA. This is useful or useless?
Useless.
How, pa?
Useful, ma'am.
Useful, ma'am.
Useful or useless?
Useful.
You can tell me this is useful or useless. For this A, this is a terminal. No need to substitute anything. For this A, I can substitute which one?
Ma'am, it's useless only.
What, pa?
It's useless only, ma'am. We are not using E in anything.
Yes, very good. So my production is E tends to AA. This is the terminal. For this non-terminal, I can substitute this A, right? So E tends to AA. This is in the form of terminal only, but we can't use this E in anywhere, right? If we're using anywhere means we can say this is a useful. Otherwise, we can't. For example, S tends to, we have the production AC, right? We can't reach the particular E. We have something, right? S tends to AC. I can substitute for A and C. But where I can substitute this E? No, right? I can't substitute anywhere this E. I can't find this E in anywhere. So I can say this is the useless. Okay. And what about this one? E tends to E. E tends to E. Useless. Okay. This is in the form of terminal only. But even we never use this E in this grammar. So we can say this is also useless. So finally, my grammar is S tends to AC and S tends to A and C tends to C. Okay, is it clear how we can removing the useless from the grammar? Is it clear, ma, all of you? Any doubt? Any doubt? Shall I move on to the next one? So please try with a more example, then it will be clear for you. Okay, shall I move on to the next one?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, thank you. Okay, the next one. Elimination of null production. Okay, the first one is completed as elimination of useless symbol. Okay, now we are moving to the epsilon production. This is very easy. The production of type S tends to epsilon are called epsilon production. If any variable, any non-terminal is gives the epsilon production, then we can say the particular production is epsilon. We can substitute epsilon for this variable S. That is the meaning, right? This type of production can only be removed from those grammar that do not generate epsilon. First, find out all nullable non-terminal variable which derives epsilon. For each production A tends to A, construct all production is A tends to X where X is subtract from here by removing one or more non-terminal from step 1. Okay, like that we are going. First you see the epsilon. How we can see A tends to having some production S tends to X, Y, X and X tends to 0x epsilon, Y tends to 1y epsilon. Okay, in that I can substitute the where we are having the epsilon production, this one, right? X tends to epsilon and Y tends to epsilon. Then I can substitute this epsilon for where I can find the X and Y. Okay, my grammar is like this, right? S tends to X, Y, X. I can substitute the epsilon for this production. Okay, X, Y, X. If I am substituting epsilon for the X means, what is the value here? Here we have 2x, right? Listen, all of you, I'm having the grammar, I'm having the production as X tends to epsilon. Okay, so I can substitute this epsilon value for this X and this X also. Where I can find the X, then I can replace with the epsilon. Okay. If I'm replacing with epsilon, then tell me what is the answer?
Why?
Y. Okay. We have to write all possible cases. Okay. If I'm substituting epsilon for this X means, what is the value? If I'm substituting epsilon for this X means, what is the value? Yx, right? if I'm substituting epsilon for this x means what is the value?
X.
Xy. Okay. If I'm substituting for both the x means what is the value?
Y.
Y. Okay. This is my production after removing this epsilon for x. Okay. Here I'm having that particular here I'm having that production that extends to epsilon. Okay, so I can replace the x with epsilon. This is my production extends to epsilon. So here I'm going to substitute means all we have to write all possible cases. If I am substituting epsilon for this x means the remaining things I have to write. Okay, epsilon is nothing but empty, right? So if I'm substituting epsilon for this x means my grammar is like yx. Okay, h tends to yx. And if I'm substituting epsilon for this x means my grammar is xy. Removing this, after removing this x, my grammar is xy. If I'm substituting both epsilon for both x means the value is y. Okay. Now I substituted the value for x. Now I can substitute y tends to epsilon also from in this production. If I'm substituting y in this y in this production means what is my value? If I'm substituting y tends to epsilon in this production, then what is the value?
XX.
Xx. Okay. So this is my possible cases after removing epsilon. Okay. And the next one, the first grammar, first production is over. The next production is x tends to 0x. Okay. I have to write down. Again, I just I have to write the same thing also. Okay, what in the previously we have x, y, x. This is my first production x, y, x. After that only I can substitute the epsilon. Okay, and here my production is x tends to 0x. I have to write the same thing. Okay, I have to write the same thing. After that I can substitute the epsilon. Okay, here only one x is there. If I'm substituting epsilon for this x, what is the value? After removing this, what is my value?
0.
0. And for this y tends to 1 by how to write the same production again. Okay, I have to write the same production again. Y tends to 1y. Again here I can substitute y tends to epsilon, right? So what is the value?
1.
1. This is my production. After removing epsilon, my grammar is like this. Can you able to follow all of you? My grammar is s tends to x, y, x, and x tends to 0x, y tends to 1y, and again x tends to epsilon, y tends to epsilon. Okay, you have to find where we can substitute the epsilon. Is x and y having the value epsilon. So you have to substitute this epsilon in the position where you can find the x and y. You have to write all the possible cases. First, you have to start with the same production, that is x, y, x. Okay. So finally, my output is like this. Okay. The same thing I have write x, y, x. Okay. Then after that, I have to substitute for this x, and remaining things are x, y, and y, x, and x, x, y, x. Okay. I just missed one thing, right? X, y, y, x. Yes, I just missed one thing, that is x also. Okay. If I'm substituting another two variables y, x in the form of epsilon, then I have to write the x also. Okay. And for this, my grammar is 0x. For this x, I can substitute epsilon. If I'm substituting epsilon here means I can replace the grammar with 0. Here also the same thing. If I'm substituting with epsilon for this y, my grammar is like 1. How I remove this? Epsilon is nothing but empty, right? I'm substituting epsilon 0 value to this. So my grammar is the remaining thing. Y tends to 1. Okay, this is the removing epsilon. And another one question. Please tell me what is the answer for this. B tends to epsilon. I have to substitute this B. For this B, I can substitute the epsilon value. Then tell me what is the value. Where I can substitute this epsilon? Here, right? Here I can substitute epsilon. If substituted means the production is in the form of S tends to ASA, right? And S tends to AB. After substituting this, my grammar is S tends to A. Okay, like this. First of all, I have to write the same thing here, ASA, and the same thing. The next production is AB. Then I can substitute the epsilon for this B. If I've substituted this epsilon, then my production is single A. Okay, and the next one is B. Okay, next one is B. What about this one? Any idea how I can get this? These are the previous step. Previously, how we did the same thing. What about this one?
Ma'am, instead of A, we are substituting B. After that, we are substituting epsilon.
Yes,
ma'am.
yes, very good. So for this A, I can substitute this B. Okay, because I am having the production as A tends to B. So I can substitute B. After that, for this B, I'm having the epsilon production. We have to remove all those things the same way how we did. Okay, A, S and A. If you're substituting for this epsilon means the value should be SA. If you're substituting epsilon for this A means the value should be AS. The same, like this he mentioned. If you're substituting both the A's with the epsilon, the value should be S. Okay. This is our, after removing epsilon, my grammar like this. Okay. Here, A tends to B and slash epsilon slash B. How it will be? Just we substituting A tends to B, and for this B, I'm substituting B and epsilon. Okay, the B is already mentioned, and the epsilon is here removed. Okay, this is the way we can remove the epsilon production. Just we are doing what? Substituting the epsilon value to the grammar. Okay. The next one, removing unit production. Already I have explained what is my unit production. The non-terminal, one non-terminal derives another non-terminal. That is called unit production. Okay. S tends to B, or S tends to C, or C tends to A. Okay. Unit production is nothing but one non-terminal derive another non-terminal. Okay. This is the unit production. How we can remove this? How we can remove this? Now please tell me which one is the unit production here. Which one is the unit production in this grammar part? Here, S tends to 0A. Okay, then next production is S tends to 1B. Next one is S tends to C. This is the unit production. Okay, the non-terminal derives another non-terminal. This is the unit production. Okay, can you able to follow all of you? This is the unit production. And any other unit production is there? A tends to 0S, A tends to 0, and B tends to 1, and B tends to A. This is the another one unit production. Okay, B tends to A. If any non-terminal derive another non-terminal, then it's said to be unit production. How we can remove this? How we can remove this unit production? Anyone? How we can remove this unit production, pa? How we can remove this? Anyone? We can substitute the value for this right side variable. Okay. Here in this case, the first unit production is S tends to C, right? C is having another one production that is 0, 1. I can replace here. Okay. And next one unit production is B tends to A. B tends to A. Where is that S here? B tends to A. So I can substitute the production of A here. A having two production, one is 0s, another one is 0, 0. So I can substitute B tends to 0s, 0. We have to substitute all possible cases. If the A is having more than one production means we have to substitute all the productions. Okay. Only one means no issues. Listen, the first one is S tends to 0A, 1B. Again, for this C, I can substitute 0, 1. Okay. So the unit production is removed. And next one is A tends to 0S, 0, 0. The same thing. B tends to 1. For this A, I can substitute the production of A. Okay. The A production is having A tends to 0S, 0, 0. So I can substitute 1. That for this A, I can substitute 0S and 0. If I'm having another one production that what 1 means, I have to mention that also. Okay, like this. I have to mention that also. For this place, for this A, whatever the production, we have to substitute all those things. Okay, and next one is C tends to 0, 1. Now my grammar is removed with the unit production. Okay. This is the unit production. Okay. What are the things we have discussed? Simplification of CFG. First, you have to remove the useless symbol. Useless symbol means the string or we can't able to derive any string from the particular non-terminal. Then we can say that is the useless symbol. Otherwise, we have some derivation for the particular non-terminal, but never we used in this grammar means that is also useless symbol. Okay. And next one is the epsilon production, removing elimination of epsilon production. Epsilon production is nothing but S tends to epsilon. If you are having the production as S tends to epsilon like that, non-terminal derives the epsilon. Then we can say that is the epsilon production. We can replace the particular non-terminal with the epsilon symbol. Okay. This is the removal of epsilon production. And third one, removing unit production. Unit production is nothing but non-terminal derives another non-terminal, see another single non-terminal. Okay, left side and right side, both the things having single non-terminal, then we can say particular thing is the unit production. How we can remove the unit production? We can substitute the production for the right side variable. Okay, you please try this example, make a note. The sixth are also TOC. Please make a note, come with answer. Okay, this is problem with want to remove the unit production. Please make a note, all of you. S tends to xy, x tends to a, y tends to z / b, and z tends to m, m tends to n tends to a. In that, please remove the unit production. Okay. Have you noted? Anyone please respond me? Have you noted, ma?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, ma. Remove the unit production from this grammar. Thank you, students. You can go for lunch. We will see in the next 6th hour. Okay.